Hi there, I'm Amanda Cromhote from Truth. Welcome to the Blind Loyalty Challenge. We interview world experts in loyalty blindly. We're hoping to create insight, spontaneity, and a lot of fun through the challenge. The challenge is about promoting the blind loyalty trust, and my book called Blind Loyalty, 101 Loyalty Concepts Radically Simplified. All profits from the book go towards the trust. We hope you enjoy the Blind Loyalty Challenge. Okay, so our very first guest on the Blind Loyalty Challenge is Iain Pringle, and Iain's a super friend of mine. We've known each other for a very long time. We'd be giving our age away. But Iain is a partner at New World Loyalty and the founder of the Loyalty Podcast. So Iain, thanks for taking up the challenge.
No problem. Thank you. And love it. And really thank you for asking me. It's a real honor. So
yeah, it's awesome. You're the very first. So I'm honored to have you as well. So thank you.
No, I'm
so
slightly terrified.
Yeah. So this really is blind loyalty. Like, you don't know what I'm going to ask you. So let's go for it. So Iain, take any concept, a loyalty concept that is challenging. What would be the most challenging, and you'd like to simplify it for the audience?
One of the key ones in this is just a loyalty business case. I'm sure everyone listening to this has written a loyalty business case. That I've seen loyalty businesses cases going on for pages and pages and pages of Excel spreadsheets. Whereas actually the formula for loyalty is very simple. The formula for ROI is simply benefit divided by cost, and the cost is simply how much your turnover is, what your penetration of loyalty is, the award that you give, and the costs of running it. And any loyalty professional can take those costs and give you those very, very easily, because any accountant can measure that. But the return on investment for loyalty is then how many of those customers are you actually influencing? And that's never going to be 100%. So you can't have 100% of customers influence, because the classic one in my example is my dad lives in a town where there's only one petrol station for 120 miles. So everyone in that village is loyal, but they're not influenced by the fact that the petrol station is there. They have to buy the petrol from that petrol station anyway. Yeah. Whereas where I live, I've got 4 petrol stations within a mile of my house. So here I have to say, how much am I influenced? And then it's by how much do you influence them by? So it's by what do they buy extra and what the margin is on that. And then any other benefits you get from loyalty. And if you add that all together, you get the benefit of loyalty. And you can do that. I can do that on a spreadsheet now. And I often do it with partners where we say, hang on, I think we've lost the plot here. Let's just plug these numbers in. And it gives you an ROI number. And how many times, Amanda, how many times have you met a client that says, oh, my loyalty program works because my customers pay more, they spend more, and they visit more often?
Yeah.
That's not a business case. That's not a business case. That's just a justification for having a targeted loyalty program, but that's not a business case, because unless you know how much they're influenced, that doesn't work, right? So I hope that, and I've used this with especially with journalists who think that every loyalty program should have everyone in it, and that is a complete misunderstanding of the loyalty formula. Because you can't possibly influence everyone, so why would you want everyone in it?
Yeah, and carry their costs while you're at it. Yeah, exactly.
So I hope that's a good example.
Yeah, good one. A lot of people come to us and are terrified of business cases, so hopefully that's made a few people a little bit more relaxed about loyalty business cases. Okay, you're up for the second question.
Go on then. What's the next one?
What would you say is your most powerful loyalty insight that you've ever come across?
Most powerful loyalty insight? Crikey. I think the most powerful loyalty insight is that loyalty programs I've worked in the last year, I've worked on loyalty programs that have an ROI of 0 and an ROI of over 200%.
Yeah.
And so because we live it's as if we're in an industry that has, imagine if you're a car salesman or car company and you had a car that didn't work at all and one that went 200 miles an hour. You wouldn't be in business very long, and you wouldn't be in industry very long. But in the same way we said that about return on investment, I have seen cars that don't work because they're not being put together right. The wheel,
Yeah.
or, and you can stretch the analogy too far. The wheels are in the wrong place. The steering wheel doesn't work. The dashboard's not all wrong. You can build a terrible car, and it might look like a car. It might seem like it might behave like a car, but it doesn't operate like a car if it doesn't give you a positive return investment.
Yeah, and I've heard you and your colleagues on the Loyalty podcast talk about that often. I've enjoyed those discussions.
Well,
Yeah,
well, it has to work. Otherwise,
yeah.
and I guess about half my time is working on loyalty propositions when people don't have a loyalty scheme to design one. But equally, the rest of my time is spent on people that have designed a car that doesn't work, or that isn't working optimally. That
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
there's something wrong with it, or it was designed many years ago and technology's moved on, and so I hope that's an insight, and
yeah,
it
yeah.
truly is. And after you get your eye in, you can see cars that don't work.
From afar, from
Yeah,
outside in, yeah,
you
for
can you
sure.
can, you can walk down the shopping mall and go, I bet that car's not going very fast. But equally, you look at other ones and go, that's a really good idea. I bet that's performing really well.
Yeah, lovely. Great. Thanks, Iain. Okay, the last
Yeah.
question. What is your favorite business book? Obviously, apart from Blind
Oh,
Loyalty.
yes, that's a really good one. I mean, there's the classic books, which is Brian Pearson's one on loyalty, but equally the Reichheld's book on loyalty, which is really a book on
I've
trying to
got
get
it right
excited.
here. In fact, I could touch it. It's on my
Uh,
bookshelf right now.
it's got great concepts, but please don't read it. It's awful. It'll cure your insomnia. And then it can be summarized in two diagrams. And then of course there's Scoring Points, which is a great book.
Yeah.
And that is the Bible for any loyalty man, any loyalty professional. But the one I really like is Alchemy. By
Amazing. Yeah.
Alchemy by, now I'm terrible with names. This is
Rory
quite
Sutherland.
Rory Sutherland, because what he reminds all marketeers is that we can, especially loyalty marketeers, is we can design a perfect loyalty program that works well on paper, that is really boring for human beings, and because human beings, we're, in the words of Kurt Vonnegut, we're walking monkeys. We love to play with things. We like to do all these things, and so you have to appeal to the human being, not just the robot inside us. And if we
Yeah.
don't, we're missing the plot. And a really good example of he uses is Dishoom's. Have you come across Dishoom's loyalty program? Have you seen that?
No, 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 no. Share it.
So I'm sure, again, Amanda, we've all designed loyalty programs which have complicated, systems and everything. Dishoom gave their best customers a keyring, and they said, if you come in any day during the week with this keyring, you can roll a dice, and if you roll a dice, you get your meal for free. And it was you had to get a double six on the dice, which means really a 16% discount.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
and loyalty programs give 16% discounts all the time. And here they've said, why don't we do it? It's a bit of fun, and people get it. And you can't fake it, because it's in front of everyone, and you roll the dice. Everyone in the restaurant sees it, and there's a huge way. And that's a really good example of the human being in loyalty. And that's what
Yeah,
Rory
lovely.
Sutherland does in Alchemy. He's
Great,
also
yeah.
got an amazing. I love a 2x2 as much as anyone, and he's got a beautiful 2x2 which has things that do work, should work, and do work, and things that sound crazy and say things that work and don't work, and should work and don't work.
Sound crazy.
Yeah, and anyway, so he's got basically, in this, you've got crazy things that shouldn't work that do work, and you've got in here things that absolutely should work and don't work.
Yeah,
And I'll
yeah,
give you
yeah.
really good loyalty examples of that. One of the ones that should work and don't work is do this, get that. And the ones that do work and shouldn't work are things like thank you for doing what you've said you were going to do. And thank yous always performed twice as well, three times as well as do this, get that. So you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I'm so glad you've said that, because that's one of my absolute all-time favorites from my British Airways days. So
Yeah.
yeah, lovely. You are a superstar. You've accepted the challenge. There's no
Well,
pass
thank
or
you. I
failure.
loved
It's
it.
just a bit of fun. So now it's up to you to tag the next person I can invite to the Blind Loyalty Challenge.
Well, I think we've named his name already, but I would love to hear Brian Pearson on this. Brian Pearson's my loyalty hero. He helped me out many times in my career, and I hang on his every word with loyalty. So I really hope you, and I can't wait to listen to that one as well. So brilliant, and
Oh, that's
thank you, and good
wonderful.
luck with
So
the.
Yeah, thank you. I know Brian because he's been an incredible help for my book. He's reviewed the book, so I'm hoping he'll accept the challenge, and I'll say it's from you as well.
No,
Thanks,
brilliant.
Ian. That's
Good
awesome.
luck. We'll speak
Bye.
soon. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.